And the real issue is that we don't have independence. We are very...
That's what we're doing now. The steps that we're taking right now, gaining our independence. That's what delineation is about. We need our independence. This is just the start.
And I understand that people want to make that known, but I think that is a distraction of what the real issue is with Black America. Dependent on everybody else and everything else. We dependent on a government that we are not a part of, that we can't have control of, or we have really little to no say of. Right? Black Americans don't have their own language. We have a slang. We have different dialects in the same, but we don't have a language. Right? But our culture is the strongest. It's the biggest. And the reason people say Black Americans don't have any culture is because it lacks traditional African culture.
Might have to drop a dime on them.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stop it.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
All right, y'all, we back with another video. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing health, wealth, and a better understanding of self. So check this out. In this video, y'all, we going over how a lot of people keep labeling FBA as a movement. And I think that this is a political play that's being done because I feel like they can infiltrate or they can try to be in control over a movement.
By definition, I am clear that I am a foundational Black American. I don't 100% follow the movement. I most certainly don't follow the Tariq Nasheeds or the other people that she mentioned. I don't follow none of those people. I personally identify as a Black American. But with that said, I understand what the FBA movement is about. The movement. But the movement, I understand what they are saying. I understand what their purpose is and what the goals are that they are trying to achieve. Some FBA telling her that she can't be a part of the movement because she's married to an African man. To be ignorant about the movement and then trying to speak on the movement, and then you're speaking on the movement through the lens of Republicans.
They said that I cannot speak on the foundational Black American movement because I'm married to a booty scratcher. Which they're entitled to their opinion. That's fine. That's totally fine. But here's what I think about the FBA movement and any other movement that has to do with Young Pharaoh, Brother Polite, Dr. Umar Johnson, all of these movements that y'all look up to, all these men, okay, that I guess guide you to help elevate your consciousness in these movies. Even Tariq Nasheed, ain't his wife like half white or something? Ain't Tariq Nasheed wife like half white? But here's what I would say about the FBA movement. It's no different than the KKK.
Okay, so y'all see how many times they're saying movement with FBA. Okay, I don't think this is done by mistake. I think this is done on purpose because we're seeing this a lot with a lot of people that's standing on a political viewpoint. If you look up the definition of movement, it says the act of changing place or position. They tie movements to things like the civil rights movement, okay? But also, we do have the delineation where we're trying to move people that are not from our lineage to get out of the way from speaking for us. And we also got the wealth transfer, where we're trying to move money that was going out of our community and trying to keep it in. It's funny how they don't speak on this because that's powerful. That's why they just try to tag FBA as a movement. But listen to this dude here speak, and we got to keep checking these people that's trying to push these political viewpoints on the lineage. Check out what this dude's saying. I'm gonna give
So this is the problem with FBA, Foundational Black Americans. The problem is that delineation is one of their goals of getting the respect of being a separate group of people in the black community, like Jamaicans and Haitians and Nigerians and Kenyans and etc. And I get it. By definition, I'm a descendant of a slave. I have a slave plantation name. My surname is a slave plantation name, Robinson. And I get it. I understand that there's a sense that the respect isn't there, but trust me, it's there. Black Americans are the most respected, the most glorified, the most popular, the most copied, the most imitated group of black people in the world. I've seen it myself. I've traveled over 40 countries. A lot of those countries right there in Africa. It's everywhere you go. And I understand that people want to make that known, but I think that is a distraction of what the real issue is with Black America. And the real issue is that we don't have independence. We are very...
That's what we're doing now. The steps that we're taking right now, this is why we don't want people talking, man, for us. If some of y'all just find something else to talk about, you're not certified. You're not one of the certified ones to be speaking on this. And I'm going to break what he's saying down. But what we're doing now is gaining our independence. That's what delineation is about. We need our independence. And this is going to go, this is just the start. If we got bozos like y'all keep coming on the internet trying to distract people from the things that we're trying to accomplish, that's the problem right now. We need people to just shut up. If you ain't even about what we about and you don't really understand everything that we're doing, just shut up, man. Go talk about something else.
Dependent on everybody else and everything else. We dependent on a government that we are not a part of, that we can't have control of, or we have really little to no say of. Right? Black Americans don't have their own language. We have a slang. We have different dialects in the same, but we don't have a language. Right? But our culture is the strongest. It's the biggest. And the reason people say Black Americans don't have any culture is because it lacks traditional African culture. And that's why you got a lot of black people say, I'm not African. And they're true. I understand that. But I can say I'm not African, but I'm always going to say I'm from Africa. My ancestors are from Africa, right? People.
This is where we get black people will try to keep regurgitating colonizers' education that they gave to them. And we have to stop this. Stop regurgitating colonizers' education talking points. You don't hear no other race of people, which they say everybody came from Africa, which I don't co-sign to. You don't hear them saying about their ancestors are from Africa. You don't hear Chinese people. You don't hear Indian people. You don't hear European. You don't hear nobody saying, hey, everybody should be saying that they're from Africa then. You only care about Black American people associating themselves with Africa. They don't say nothing about the Aboriginals in Australia who say that they're the original people of this land. Nobody refutes that. Nobody says anything. Now we got bozos come online and they're going to say, I'm not going to, my ancestors is from Africa. So you got to hold this Africa, which a colonizer came up with the name. The colonizers giving most of y'all the education that you even spewing. This is why I feel like my channel is so important, because I'm breaking down the knowledge that not even the knowledge, the information that the colonizer gave you. And I'm dissecting it and saying, why would they tell us this? What result are they getting from telling us this? Oh, this the result? This ain't true. This was just fed to us. We need this. That's why we're going to come up with the book, Unraveling the Colonizer's Education. Because we got to, you got to let it go. You got to understand that Your slave master wanted to manipulate you. They didn't just give you information for the betterment of you. A lot of people read in their books and they don't have a third eye at looking at this stuff, at digesting this stuff. They just taking it in for what it's in a book and it was wrote by somebody. We have to have, this is why everybody's not good to be speaking on our lineage and on history, because they just taking it and regurgitating what's been going on for years and years. This back to Africa theory. Check this out.
Always go to the 16 to 1500, but before that? Without Africa, you don't have Black Americans, so you can't subtract one and add the other. That makes no any. But
if you ask him who he learned this from, how did you come to this information? This is all gonna come from a colonizer. Okay, they made sure that we didn't have any passed on knowledge that was passed on from our people, so they can manipulate and program us. And a lot of people is just regurgitating the same information that the colonizer wanted to say. And it's like, you either doing it because you're just ignorant, or some people are doing it willingly, knowing that they're part of some kind of political backing.
I digress on that. My point is that the very thing that made Black Americans successful is what I feel like foundational Black Americans, not all of them, the people who are very loud and hateful, take away from. Because the reality of it is this: Black Americans,
they always talk about this loud and hateful. Bruh, you got a lot of loud and hateful stuff that's going on. Y'all just putting a magnifying glass on people that you hear that's talking on the internet. But we got certified people that's on this FBA lineage that's speaking real facts. And you don't bring this up. You always bringing up people that you can't name a name. You can't be specific. You can't say, these are one of the big followers on this FBA lineage, this delineation movement, this wealth transfer, and they say hate stuff. You got to go to people that you don't even know. They don't even put a face on what they're saying. And you going out and promoting these people like they're the FBA, they're the FBA spokespersons.
needed Black immigrants to become who we are today. Black Americans don't become who we are today without Malcolm X, without Farrakhan, without even the help of Africa. People don't even know, without the help of Africa fighting for independence in the 1960s, that whole movement during the 1960s, I believe civil rights would have never happened. Integration would have never happened. Well, it was a worldwide movement. So the reason
this guy is bigging up integration. You see what I'm saying? Bro, we don't need to let it. This is just proof that it's people that's talking that's so slow. They don't have discernment. They don't have critical thinking skills. Anything that's fed to them, they just believe it. Don't have any kind of discernment, intuition to understand it. This is why we need some of our FBAs that's standing on business right now. These are the people that we need speaking. Because a lot of these people are they're just ignorant. Listen to this.
Foundational Black Americans, the movement can't last, in my opinion, without it turning into a hate group, is because it lacks severe education. It lacks education on all Black people, because all Black people contributed to Black American culture. Black Americans are the leaders.
No, all Black, listen, this is what I'm saying. Now this guy, this is why we got people coming to this country and saying they built America. This is why we got people that can cosplay and get into our, they can get into our spaces and imitate us. Because it's people like this that's pushing this. This is a colonizer viewpoint that a Black person is pushing out. The same way that Jesse Jackson pushed out African American. It was not a melanated person that came up with calling people African American. It all goes back to that back to Africa theory. It goes back to who created the name Africa. We're trying to, anything that the colonizer has fed us, that's made us, tried to manipulate us, we at a point that where we trying to reject all of that. We got to rewrite history. Because the history that was fed to us, it wasn't for our betterment. It wasn't for us. And I'm tired of hearing people regurgitating, colonizer talking points.
Or the unified front of Black American culture. But to delineate is saying, in a lot of Black immigrants' mind, oh, you don't want nothing to do with me. And a lot of Black immigrants, they do understand the delineation, but the hate speech, the people who are saying that immigrants are this and that and bad, Black immigrants do not disrupt anything going on in Black American economics at all. Our schools, our dollar, our businesses do not suffer from the success of Black immigrants in Black.
That's why we got the blackout wealth transfer, because it is a lot of immigrants that get into our spaces. They get our Black dollars and they go send it out of the country. This guy don't even need to be talking on the internet. You need to have more of a discernment, and you need to be able to separate colonizer education from being a critical thinker. If you don't have this skill set, you're going to come on the internet and you're going to look stupid to the people that's certified, in my opinion.
American culture. I can't say that for Asian immigrants. I can't say that for Arab immigrants. I can't even say that for European immigrants. No hate to them, but the reports are different when you see those reports. You don't see reports. You don't see statistics saying that Black American economic culture in America is being disrupted in any way, shape, or form by immigrants. What's going on? There's a cultural war of one trying to dominate the other. And Black America's never stood for that. We always been about combining everything. That's really what Black American culture is, because it's mixed with everything. It's got African stuff in it. It's got European. It's got Mexican. It's got Italian. We got all kinds.
You hear what this bozo saying? This is a reason why we're delineating. Because it's y'all think that everybody else deserves their own space, their own culture and lineage, and they don't have nobody else in it. But you think we gotta just bring everybody, Mexican, Haitian, Jamaican, you gotta bring everybody else in our culture, and they disrespect us saying that they ain't got no culture. We don't have a culture.
But we take all kind of things and we just make it our own. That's how we're known. Honestly, Black Americans are the reason the entire world is able to move freely beyond in countries, really not have to worry about too much being assaulted, because we fought for human rights, right? Human rights is civil rights. Civil rights is human rights.
All right, it's Cindy722. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, push me on the algorithm. I greatly appreciate that.
Speculating Foundational Black American FBA is a lineage. It's not a group. There are FBAs that are great people. There are FBAs that are pieces of shit. But one thing FBA as a collective has never done is wish harm or performed harm on any specific group of people. So you can quit with all that terrorist shit, because that's not what we are. It takes a credible amount of hatred to sit around and wish harm on a group of people. FBA don't care about y'all that much. You're not that important. You're insignificant. The only reason you're on our radar at all is because you're bogarting your way into our spaces. If you stayed the fuck away from us, we wouldn't even know who you people are. We're too busy cultivating our own culture to care about what y'all got going on in yours. And that really burns y'all biscuits, don't it? It really upsets you to know that you are so insignificant to us that we will never watch you voluntarily. You spent years studying Black Americans on TV, and it hurts your feelings to know that Black Americans change the channel when you come on TV.
We definitely got to keep checking these people online. We definitely got to keep making sure. I mean, but anybody that got some sense can hear this, but there is people that hear these people that talk, and they believe this stuff. They may not have the right discernment that we need, and they're gonna think that, you know what this guy's saying is making sense. Still calling FBA a movement. But I want to know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. I will catch y'all in the next video. We're going live tonight. I appreciate everybody who's been supporting Shabazz, Fresh Always, Yaya Kids. I got some new members that joined in. We love and appreciate y'all. We definitely working on things in the background to get more real education out. So I appreciate all the information that y'all been sending in the Discord, man. If you certified, if you tap into the live, we give the Discord out. Just got to do a little check, make sure everybody's solid before they coming in. But I love and appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love.
A community must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control four basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive and compete.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.